Kevin Porter Jr. was a four-star recruit coming out of Rainier Beach High School, who was ranked number 40 on the ESPN Top 100 High School Prospects. Kevin Porter Jr.'s play in high school got him a scholarship with USC, where he played a great season, averaging 9.5 points, 4 rebounds, and 1.4 assists. But what really set him apart from other high school prospects was his incredible shooting ability. He shot 47.1% from the field, as well as 41.2% from deep. His shooting ability caught the attention of many NBA teams, and many believed that Porter Jr. would be going in the mid-first round or possibly even the late lottery. He would have easily gone there if it hadn't been for his behavioral issues. He was suspended early in the season due to personal conduct, and his behavior had been an issue all season long. Although it was not as bad as it currently is, it was still a foreshadowing of what was to come, and many teams ended up passing on him for that reason. However, when he was still available with the 30th pick, the Detroit Pistons ended up grabbing him. The Cleveland Cavaliers also had a very high interest in him, so they decided to trade with the Detroit Pistons to grab the young player. The Cleveland Cavaliers had traded 4 second-round picks as well as cash to the Detroit Pistons for Kevin Porter Jr., showing their clear vested interest in him, joining with Colin Sexton and new rookie Darius Garland. And this is where Kevin Porter Jr.'s career with the Cleveland Cavaliers begins. During his rookie season, Kevin Porter Jr. looked like he was proving every team who passed on him wrong, especially the Detroit Pistons who traded him. His rookie averages were solid at 10 points per game, 3.2 rebounds, and 2.2 assists, while averaging 44.2% from the field and 33.5% from deep. Although those were not his college averages, they were still good enough for a rookie drafted 30th overall to be considered a steal, as well as being considered the steal of the draft if he could continue to improve for years to come. Despite a very successful rookie season, Kevin Porter Jr. began to go downhill in the offseason. In November, he was accused of punching 2 women in the face, and although it was never proven, the accusation alone is good enough to really damage a reputation. Add that to the fact that he had crashed his car while somewhat intoxicated, and there was a gun and marijuana found in that car, and that makes for the perfect storm for someone to be kept away from the team for some time. He missed the first 12 games of the season and ended up sitting on the sideline for the Friday, January 15th game against the New York Knicks. It looks like Kevin Porter Jr. was making great improvements towards coming back to the team when he had an outburst in the locker room. He had found out that new teammate Taurean Prince, whom the Cleveland Cavaliers had acquired in the James Harden trade, along with Jarrett Allen, had gotten Kevin Porter Jr.'s old locker. Porter Jr. took it as a sign of disrespect and threw a fit in the locker room and ended up throwing some food, which forced general manager Koby Altman to come in to try to cool down the temperatures. However, that did not happen as both Koby Altman and Kevin Porter Jr. escalated, and Kevin Porter Jr. said something along the lines of modern-day slavery. This outburst was the final straw, and the Cleveland Cavaliers vowed to either trade or cut him very soon. The Houston Rockets ended up jumping on that opportunity and grabbed Kevin Porter Jr. for nothing more than a protected second-round pick. Porter Jr. will now be joining Victor Oladipo, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, and possible most improved player Christian Wood on a team that could be making the playoffs this season, however is not currently in playoff position. Kevin Porter Jr. will likely get many backup minutes behind Victor Oladipo and possibly some under the small forward as well. This is a very low-risk, high-reward situation for the Houston Rockets, as the Houston Rockets could end up getting a very good young piece for the future, and if worse comes to worse, they cut him and gave up nothing more than a protected second-round pick. The Cleveland Cavaliers decided to trade him because they did not want to ruin their chemistry. However, the Houston Rockets do not have the same young core that could be ruined by a player going off like this. So, is this a good move? Let me know in the comments what you think, and let me know what you think the Houston Rockets record will be, as well as the Cleveland Cavaliers.